Hey everybody, welcome back to Path of Exile. As you can see, we just started up the game, so everything's not loaded in yet. Apologize for that, we're going to have to sit through that. Because I'm going to remove Animate Weapon. It's not really doing us a lot of good, in my opinion. Especially seeing that we're kind of capped here at level 12. And all of our other gems are level 17. Got a level 18 there. If you have any 19s. If I close that, that'll load faster. I think last episode we said we were going to try to do three maps this time. And we are still going to do that. Let's look for... what was the skill we wanted to pick up? It was... probably a support skill. What did I say I was going to swap it for? Did I just... oh, it was... well, that's a blue spell, though. Thinking about it, I was going to pick up... increased area of effect, increased critical strike, meat shield support, summon phantasm, concentrated effect, minion speed, elemental focus, arcane surge. It's in here somewhere. Cold penetration. Potentially it's in here. Maybe it's not a support spell? Oh no, it's not. It's a minion spell. Minion. But it is definitely a blue spell. I'm just positive of that. Yeah, here it is. Convocation. Recalls all minions that are following you to your location. Grants some temporary life regeneration effect. It's 0.75% of their life per second. I think that's probably better than something else that we have. Not Frostblink, though. I suppose I could put that skill back in there. Not going to, but I could. We could... burning damage support. We could try to reroll this. Socket on this gem. Or on this ring. Which is this one. You have to take it off, of course. No. So this is something else I wanted to point out. When you're changing the color of these. Well, this is probably a better example. On, let's say, this wand. You can see the base stats are strength, followed by int, with int being the higher one. You see where it says require level 64 gem, 62 strength, 188 int. This weapon is more likely when you reforge a socket to wind up with an int, or a blue slot. And then second highest percent is the strength, followed by the third highest, which is the dex skill. Which can happen, but I almost threw this, just kind of threw it out of my bag. And so this will give us the ability to heal our minions, which I think is probably better than a low-level animate weapon. Maybe. It'll at least save us some time. We won't have to sit there and wait for her. Maybe I should put that away, but... we need a map. We must not forget to bring our towel. Sure, strand. I have a feeling it's going to get to the point where we're going to have more maps than we know what to do with. Should probably put a bunch in there, but... I don't know, I'm curious, what does the atlas look like now? Okay, so yeah, the atlas is opening up a little bit, which means we can do... I think more and more as this gets opened up more and more. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It is, it's approximately 1 in the morning here. And I'm just drinking coffee. At 1 a.m. It's fine. It's probably my... well, when I drink coffee, I usually drink 2 cups. This is my 2nd cup for the day, but... I mean, it's might as well be my 4th. I love coffee. I really do. It's, When I was younger, I used to drink it all the time just to kind of be cool, I guess. Or I thought I was cool drinking it. And then as I got older, I was like, well, I'm not going to drink it just because I think it makes me cool. Right? I was like, that's stupid. And then as I got even older, I was like, no, actually, this is really good. What am I missing? I'm definitely missing something. Oh, I'm missing my Guardian. So now we can heal our mobs and recall them to us. Kind of get a nice little shield going around. It doesn't look like it's that expensive to recall. And so I think we kind of want to spam Convocation here. So our zombies don't die. Causing us a bunch of problems. Because I think that's kind of what happens. I wish I could see... Oh, is this Convocation? No. So I can't really see... I don't know how long that's supposed to last. 2 seconds. It's probably a matter of getting used to about how long that is. And recalling is not great, though. You know, that could potentially kill us sometimes. But I think this is... Whoa, I'm taking a ton of damage there. Not quite sure why. And it looks like we're going to hit... we're going to hit 73 this episode. It feels weird calling them episodes, like they're... Like I've planned out a block of time for this. I mean, we're just playing video games. But I feel like you have to label it some way for people that are following along that want to remember where they're at, right? So they don't have to rewatch the same thing twice, or... they can, you know... not have to watch every day if they don't want to, and still be able to pick up where they left off easily. I think that's why I do it. I think I do it because everybody else does it. Just makes sense. It just works. This actually, these towns feel much better than... definitely much better than the animate weapon, because we weren't even really using that during combat. And after combat, that weapon was so weak that... You know, we could also pick up Arcane Surge Support. I feel like that's a decent skill, too. And then we could shoot out more of these Raging Spirits. I need to see if there's... we can get the silver coin lady. For lack of a better word, lady. We can get her inside our camp. Need to figure out what her name is. You know, I play so many games, it's hard to remember all the characters' names. Typically, I don't do it. I just, you know, that's Silver Coin Lady. This is kind of bad because, I don't know, it means you're kind of, when you do stuff like that, you tend to be missing out on the story. You're not paying attention to the story either. Which, you know, it's not bad if that's what you want to do. I typically do that. I'm trying to play it a little bit differently. Just to appreciate another side of the game, right? Somebody told me, this was semi-recently, that you couldn't tell stories in games, or complicated stories, and I don't agree with that at all. Like, I typically don't follow them, just because I'm so, you know, hooked on the Skinner box in a lot of these games. No, I like games. I've been playing games my whole life, so I tend to, you know, like the playing aspect more than the story. But I know that the stories are there. They're good stories. They're not always great, right? Like, I don't know. They're not always great, but a lot of the times they are. And it's debatable, right? It's a different medium. It's different than a movie for sure. Although they're, you know, they feel like they're like movie-like quality nowadays, in a lot of ways. In certain parts, right? There's still games at its core. For the most part. I don't know. Books tend to be able to focus more on the story. Like, these games have to tell a lot in a little bit of time, and they have to use scenery without spelling out things for you. Right? They can't have a dialogue with a character for 20 minutes. And some games do that. Where they're like, oh, well, all these people died here. You have to pick up what's going on by playing through it. I mean, like a lot of there's no story going on here, really. More like at all. But there is in the scenery, like the beach here in this area and the map device, and occasionally they'll give you like a little hint of what's going on, and you have to piece some of it together. So it's definitely different. I mean, I kind of see what they're saying now, but I don't know. There's been a lot of games that I've played, and this one's been pretty good. Path of Exile. But a lot of movies. Well, a lot of games that I've played that are better than movies. So, I'll just say that. Better than really good movies. Now, books, this might surprise people out there. Or maybe not. Probably not. I'm not much of a for fun reader. I mean, I've read the Lord of the Rings books a few times. And occasionally I'll read some fiction. It's pretty rare, though, to be honest with you. Like, I probably read the Harry Potters once. Do you want to do one of these?
These samples you've salvaged, though gruesome, hide within them countless.
We know all this. You know what? Let's do one. Oh, we did level up. Yeah, let's do it. This will be a reward for leveling up. Is to die to Tane. Drops additional catalyst. Okay. Leap slam. Let's not have him jump at us. Let's do this. Let's go shake their hands. Mighty Ducks 3. Yeah, but I typically don't read for fun. It just doesn't happen very often. And it's just not to say I don't read much. Most of the things I wind up reading are... I wouldn't even call them technical documents, but... Definitely I wouldn't call them technical documents. But it's just like how to do things. Which I imagine that's what most people read. I don't know. And by read, I mean, you know, skim, and then 2 hours later when I'm like, well, why isn't this working? I have to go back and actually read through it. So, yeah. This guy is not dying here. We may want to just run. Yeah. Let's go. Stranger danger. We're out of there. I'm just waiting for him to come crashing out of that, just come up behind us here and kill us. Let's just exit this portal. We came what we wanted for. Let's lock him in this map. Monster level is 20 in here.
Hello.
It's funny, this is, even though this is a different session than the last episode, because I went for a walk before recording this one, just to kind of wake myself up a little bit. I actually do, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I feel way more awake this episode than I did last episode. Just kind of dragging there at the end. And I'm still dragging a little bit this episode, but I do feel better. Saw that? Yeah.
See you.
I'd like to get a bunch of these batch recorded here, and I'm actually hoping to get 4 hours recorded tonight, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but it'd be really nice if I did, because that means I can. Well, I suppose I'll go ahead and talk about it. I am currently making a game with a friend of mine He's a graphic artist and I'm a programmer. And we've been working on it for about 2 months now. But since I've started doing this game or this channel, I haven't really been programming much. Like I don't think I've worked on the project in 2 weeks. It's partially been keeping up with this, but partially not. I need to get back into it. So if I can get some of these recorded, it'll give me like about a week that I can focus some time on that rather than this channel. Devote my external efforts there. Yeah, as more information comes out about that, I'll be sure to talk about it here, and that'll be, yeah. Be hyped for it. Wait, we don't want to go back in here. I got sidetracked talking about the game I'm working on, or was working on until I started working on this. Why can't we do this? Oh, we can't do this. Okay. We got a lot of work left to do, though. I mean, we have like a base part of the game done. I mean, everything's real rigid, loosely designed at the moment. We have the core loop down, and so a little bit of quality of life. Well, I wouldn't call them quality of life. We got a long way to go. I'll say that. But we're working on it. It's gonna take time. Get off me, please. I'm not sure what this area was called, but I've definitely never seen it before. I thought it was one that we had done, though, when I was loading it. I feel like all the good games have come out that were going to come out last month. I know we got Final Fantasy VII coming up, the remake. And we got... which I'm looking forward to. I don't have a PlayStation 4. Sadly. I would love to play it. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Am I picking that stuff up? I am. I don't want to be picking that up. Stop picking that up. Well, I said, well, no, because this is all the garbage stuff. I just want to put this on our minion. Yeah, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Like, massive. What am I doing? Oh, Control W. So yeah, I'm a little bummed that I don't have a PlayStation, but I mean, I don't really want to. I'm not gonna. I won't touch on the subject because a lot of people love consoles, and you know, I don't. I've got nothing against consoles. If you like consoles, that's cool. They do a lot for the gaming community, those entities. So to say anything negative would be probably wouldn't be fair. But anyway, it'll come out on PC eventually, or I'll buy a PlayStation. I don't see it happening though. Like I'm totally open to anything, like literally anything. I sound like I'm propositioning someone. Literally anything in this world, I'm open. I'm open to at least hear. And I try not to be judgmental. What are we talking about? Game consoles? Game consoles. Yeah. But I don't know. I think the last system I owned was a Nintendo Wii. Yeah. My dad owned a PlayStation 3. Seems weird. But that's true. That's a true story. Yeah, I don't know. I was a big... Oh, no. Yeah, I was a big console fan growing up, but then I found the PC, and there's things there's advantages to playing on console, but for to me, a good PC does. I guess we're talking about it. A good PC does just as much as those consoles do. That it seems silly to buy both, and I realize there's reasons people want to buy them and need to buy them, and there's things that they do that PCs don't do, I guess. I don't know. But so the nice thing about the game companies is a lot of those game companies that do the exclusive deals with companies, they give them a lot of money, and they give them the freedom and the time to create, flagship products that wind up being really, really good games because these platforms invest a lot of money into them, and we as gamers benefit from that. So that's, they have other benefits too, like tons of it. They're just really good for the ecosystem too, just in general. Yeah. But, oh, we should not have done that. We're getting punished by the console gods. Need to stay focused here. I don't like talking about that subject very much because I know a lot of people are kind of sensitive to it. And there was a time I was too. Like, I grew up during the console wars and for me it was Nintendo. Like, me and Nintendo were ride or die. And I still love Nintendo to this day. I still think they make fantastic games. And they make fun, interesting consoles. And their products are always top notch. Like, anything they support is usually pretty good. Now, there was an occasion there where they kind of slipped, I think, in the Wii U. Or not the Wii U, the Wii. I'm sorry. Like, it felt like they were trying to cater to a more general audience than actual gamers. Which is, they're a business. They got to do that. And they still had, really good flagship titles as well that were, high quality, fantastic games. But, no, I don't know. No, I got nothing negative to say about any of these companies. They do nothing but good. Surprised we didn't die there. We're not healing. We should be healing things. Serpent scale boots. Sounds good. What are we missing? We're supposed to have 5 things up. Do we have 5? We have 4. We're missing specters. We said we were going to start picking this stuff up and teleporting. So we should do that. No. So yeah, Final Fantasy's coming out this year, and I'm really looking forward to Cyberpunk. CD Projekt Red is a fantastic company, as far as I know.
Too much clutter.
I feel like I kind of came into the Witcher scene kind of late, and I remember I picked up like all 3 Witchers for like $10 or something crazy. It might not have been that cheap, but it was really cheap. And I couldn't believe how great those games were. Just really good games. And there's just so much to them. And then you start hearing about the company and, like, actually the IP of The Witcher. And you just kind of want to root for them. There was kind of a thing when I first started looking into them that they were saying they were, an indie company. So you're like, oh, really? And they're not really an indie company. And then they also own a game reseller called Good Old Games. that basically sells older games that you can't really buy anymore. And other games too. I've actually never bought anything off there, but I really should at some point. Which I probably will at some point. Ancestral Protector, what are you? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game as well. So those two games. Really anything else, I mean, I'm sure I'm missing something, but those two are the first thing that come to mind. And I feel like that's about it for the year. Oh, and then you got Path of Exile 2, which is supposed to be this year. I don't know the story on that, like how far along in development that is. But it's supposed to be this year. I finally read what these boots do. 28 to 48 cold damage to spells, 69% increased critical strike chance, 147% increased evasion rating, 22% to cold resistance, 25% increased movement speed, unaffected by chilled ground. So I kind of want these boots just for the movement speed. And let's see, how much life do I lose by putting these on? About 400. Which, if that is 4,000, it's about 10% life we lose for 25% movement. What does that look like? That's quite a bit of movement. I think how much quicker that is. Versus... Now, you know what? Well, we got 5 to roll sockets. Let's see if we can do it. If we can do it, we'll switch it. Well, there's 3. That's what we wanted. And now we need to... See, this is going to be difficult. We need 3 blue, but see how it's strength and dexed? It's almost going to be impossible to do it. Like, I'll use this stack here, and it's not going to happen. Unless we believe it. I believe it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Please, game. No love. Alright, well... Even then, though, I still think these are actually probably better. We'll hang on to them, though. We do want that movement speed so good. You guys can see it. You saw it. Let's see. Let's go visit Einar real quick. We're probably gonna end this episode here rather than start another one. But let's go check in on... Do a cheeky Einar. And the menagerie. A blood altar. Now, it's funny, I've picked up a lot of British sayings. I think I might have talked about this once. I've probably watched the Yogscast for 10 years. Love the Yogscast. Been watching them for forever. Maybe not 10 years, maybe 9. It's been a long time. But they're British, and that's the one we want was the flask. Or do we want the wand? Level 52. Nah, let's go with the flask. So yeah, I tend to say a lot of the things that they say, even though I'm, you know, from North America. Although there's a lot of British in my family, I guess. I was about to say my bloodline, but that sounds kind of weird, saying it like that. Maybe it's not weird. It just sounds weird to me. No, please. No, come on. We're so bad at games, guys. Sometimes I wonder. No, that's just terrible. Well, I guess we'll end on a sour note here. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. If you dislike that, go ahead and drop it a dislike. And as usual, subscribe to me for more content. See you guys tomorrow in the next episode of Path of Exile. Alright guys, take care. See you again.